of it. Okay, so for footnotes appear at the bottom of the same page where the reference is used. So for example, if you are writing, let's start with a assignment project that we all get in our colleges. So we get to write a research paper. Here, I think as a student and even the professionals, there is nothing. We refer to different sources and then draw inference, and then we come to a conclusion in our paper, right? So this is the basis of researching. So here, if I am writing a research paper and I refer to 10 other research papers, and I'm writing something that I have taken from the particular A research paper or B research paper. How will I cite them? So I will cite them. There is two ways basically to cite them. First is the footnotes and second is endnotes. And endnotes are basically used in the professional writings, and I have seen in most books that mostly they use footnotes note. But basically the books that I refer, they only use footnotes because it is easier for the reader to refer to the footnote and understand from where this particular thing is taken. So if you notice your books, only the law books, you'll see the footnotes are mentioned there only, that from where the author has taken this particular part. So I don't know whether you all have studied IPC yet, but when I studied IPC, I used to refer to this book, I think SN Mishra, and Avtar Singh. There are many books, and in Avtar Singh only there are so many references that are mentioned, footnotes, as part of footnotes. Okay, so uh, footnotes appear at the bottom of the same page where the references is used. Okay, then just they are used to cite sources, cases, statutes, books, articles, websites. And there are many methods of citing footnotes. We have discussed here one, Oscola style, because mostly colleges prefer Oscola, but there is Blue Book and others also. So whatever your professor or teachers tell you to use, try to use that particular method of citation. It is easier for you to learn a particular type of citation method if you are using it throughout. So this is mentioned here. In Oscola, it is, for example, how you write case, the name of the case, and its citation, which is present, which is all over the internet. You can search about the citation of Keshwanand Bharti, what's the state of Kerala, and you will get the citation. And also in the Oscola, one thing that is to be that you all should pay attention to, that the name of the case should be in the italics when you are mentioning it in the paper, not in the citations. So citations, it is correct, but if you are mentioning any case in your paper and you are citing just the year in the footnotes, then your case should be in italics for Oscola. Now, for citing a book, you have to write the name of the author, then the name of the book, and then its edition and the publication house and the year of its publication. Okay. Then, when you are citing any article, you have to write the name of the article, the title of the article, then the year in which it was published. Okay. Now, I will teach you all this, how to insert footnotes after completing this PDF. Then second is your endnotes. Endnotes is basically, it appears at the end of the document or chapter, and it is not on the same page. So when you are writing endnotes in your paper, the reader has to go to the last page to refer to the from where you have taken this particular source. Maybe the reader does not trust you and want to read more about it. Not about trust only. The reader wants to read about more about that particular line which you have mentioned in your paper. So they will refer to the last page of your paper and then refer to that particular source. So they are less commonly used in legal writing compared to footnotes. Footnotes are more famous because it is easier to refer to the footnotes. Then it is similar to the footnotes but listed at the end under matlab ki, it means that method of citing is similar in Oscola only, as I have discussed earlier also, that when you are mentioning a case, you have to write the name of the case, then its citation which is present in the internet, and you will get it easily just by searching about it. And similarly for endnotes only, the citation method is similar. You have to write the name of the case and then the citation, but it will be mentioned in the last page. And when you will when you will go to the MS Word, you will get the option of insert endnotes or footnotes both. Now, citation and referencing styles. So there are many referencing styles, but here we are going to discuss these. Oscola, I think Oscola, Blue Book, ILR, ILA. There are many, but Oscola is the one which you all can refer because it is most commonly used in colleges also. So it will help you in your college also. So citation means giving credit to the source you used, and by citing your particular sources, your plagiarism count goes down. Right. Then different formats. There are many formats, as I've said earlier also. Then there is example for Oscola, like you have to write the name of the case, Maneka Gandhi versus Union of India. Then its citation, that is AIR 1978 Supreme Court 597. Now statute, how will you mention your statutes? Write your statutes in Oscola. You have to write, for example, if I'm mentioning Article 21 of the Constitution, then I will write the name of the statute, that is Constitution of India, then Article 21. If I'm mentioning any of the books, for example, it is H.M. Srivai Constitution, the name of the author, then the Constitutional Law of India, the name of the book, then its edition and its publication and the year of publication. Okay. Then how you will mention journal articles. So here you will write the name of the author, that is S. Chaudhary. Then the title of the paper, that is Globalization in India. Then the year of the paper that in which it was published, 2012, and in the journal where it was published. So here I think 14 to this is the details of the journal, which you will get in the journal easily. Now for the websites, you have to write the title of that particular website, that Law Commission of India, when you're referring to that. Then its title. Okay, so basically which publication house published it from where it was published. So Law Commission of India published this paper, this report on sedition, and this is its link and the date of access, the last you accessed that particular website. So accessed and date 25th September 2025. So this is the method to cite the website. Right? Am I clear with this?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here are some tips for you all, that always use uniform style throughout. So if you are referring to Oscola, try to use Oscola throughout your paper. Use footnotes for legal writing and notes only if specifically required. So in any competition, if it is mentioned that you all do not need to add footnotes and add endnotes, then you have to refer to endnotes, or else always use footnotes. It is easy for you also, and for readers also. Double check spelling of cases and acts, and also the year, page number, everything. Then never copy paste without citation, it counts as plagiarism. So if you are copy pasting from somewhere and not giving it due credit, it will be counted as plagiarism, of course. So if you're copy pasting from somewhere in the internet, try to give it just cite it. It is easier for you, and it shows it leaves a very good impression on the reader that this particular paper was well researched. And for this task, the case comment, I think your task, whatever the task was, you have to use footnotes and not endnotes. Now, what is the difference between these three? Between footnotes, endnotes, and citations. So first of all, on the basis of location, footnotes bottom of the same page, endnotes at the end of the document or chapter. And citation is basically what you write in your footnotes and endnotes. Then the purpose is to give for footnotes to give reference immediately for readers' clarity. For endnotes, it's to avoid page clutter and give references at the end. And for citations, it is to acknowledge the source of information. So in bibliography also, you mentioned that whatever the sources you have referred to, or the statutes or laws that you have referred to while writing this particular paper, you write that too in your bibliography also. Then visibility. Footnotes are instantly visible as they are on the same page. Then endnotes the reader has to flip to the end. Then citations depends on where citation is given, if it is given in the footnotes or endnotes or any other list. Now, common use in legal writing, most college prefer Oscola or Blue Book, and for Blue Book they will tell you the edition also. So they recommend footnotes, and endnotes are rarely used. As I've said earlier, also that I saw endnotes in one of the books that I have referred in my, I think, second or third semester for political science. In that book, I saw endnotes. Apart from that, I've never seen endnotes in books as much as I remember. Essential, but citations are very essential and they vary as per the need. Next is your example. This is mentioned as an example. Okay. Now, summary is use footnotes always in your task unless we say otherwise, and notes rare in law. So use only if specifically mentioned. Citations mandatory everywhere. It is the way you